Hi Dolphins, Coach Bo here. All right, so we're gonna mix it up a little bit. Now we've been doing our fitness videos at 2 o'clock, but Coach Bo is in the kitchen today and I am going to be baking some peanut butter banana oat bake. So it's oatmeal and bananas and peanut butter, and you bake it and it's a really delicious breakfast. Now, the original recipe actually doesn't have any added sugar besides from the bananas, which have natural sugar, okay? Now it has the option of adding maple syrup, but Coach Bo's gonna add a little something to make it real special in there. So you'll see that at the end. Now, I wanna flip my camera around and show you a little bit of what we have. So I've got almond milk. I have 2 bananas that have been sliced. Oh, this is 1.5 cups of almond milk. And I'm gonna post the recipe on here, so don't worry. All right, we've got 2 bananas that have been sliced. 2 bananas that are all mushy. So these are bananas that are brown, and I've put them in the freezer and I've brought them back out. Your parents possibly have some in the freezer, okay? So 2 bananas that are nice and mushy and they've been brown, so they're extra sweet. I have 1 egg. I have some cinnamon, some baking powder, 1/2 cup of peanut butter, some old-fashioned oats. We're gonna get 2 cups full of that, some sea salt, and some vanilla, all right? Now, while I put that together, I went ahead and I got the oven at 350 degrees, all right? And I have a big casserole dish that has been sprayed with oil, so that way the oatmeal doesn't stick to it, okay? Now, we're gonna be layering this once we get everything mixed together, all right? But I've got my recipe written over here that I'll post for you guys to see. Now, the oven's ready. The fun thing about cooking is that it can, sometimes when you're not baking, you can just throw stuff in and see how it tastes, but usually when you're baking, it's by measurements. All right, because it's actually pretty scientific to make everything rise correctly and be cooked all the way through. So since we're baking today, a lot of stuff is gonna be measured with our measuring cups and our measuring spoons, all right? Now, I enjoy baking. I also like to make stuff that you could buy at the store. So you could buy oatmeal bars at the store, but you don't really know what's going into them. So when you make them yourself, you can keep track of everything that you've put into them and what you've put into your body when you eat it, okay? Now, every single thing that is on the shelf, for the most part, has our nutritional facts right here, okay? So when you look at your nutritional facts, and you could look on this on pretty much anything in your pantry, anything in your fridge. Most of the time, the things that don't have nutritional facts are our stuff like fresh fruit and vegetables. All right, but our nutritional facts is a good way to look to see how many calories are in the food that you're making, how much fat, how many carbs, how much protein, stuff like that. So if you're interested in looking to see what nutrition is in the food you're eating, you would just, for a recipe like this, you say, okay, I'm doing 2 cups of oatmeal. Let's see how, 1/2 of a cup. How many 1/2 of a cups are in 2 cups? 1/2 plus 1/2 equals a whole. So 2 more of that, 4 halves equal 2 cups, okay? So and then I'd have to do a lot of math multiplying each of these things by 4 in order to figure out what our total number of calories is from our oats, what our total number of fat grams are, all right? So there's a lot of math that can go in with your nutrition when you're baking and cooking and stuff like that. And I encourage you to go in your cabinets, pull out some food, and take a look at the nutritional chart just to see what's in there. All right, but let's go ahead and get baking. So if you have this stuff at home, Coach Bo didn't have to buy anything. I had all this stuff at my house. All right, but we're gonna start off with 2 cups of oats. We're just gonna pour them into our bowl. All right, and then we're gonna start with our little teaspoons. I'm gonna do a teaspoon of baking powder. All right, now there's baking soda, baking powder, So baking powder is what we're using today, and we're using 1 teaspoon. There's a big difference between a teaspoon and a tablespoon. All right, so we got 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. This always goes really good with oatmeal. All right. And sometimes a little falls off, so there's 1 teaspoon and 1/2 of a teaspoon. Let's go over my green one. All right. And then we have, this sounds weird, but we have 1/2 a teaspoon of salt. So we're gonna add our 1/2 teaspoon of salt in here. All right. Now, we have these 4 things together. We got our oatmeal, our cinnamon, our baking powder, and our salt. We're gonna give that a quick mix. So these are all of our dry ingredients. Now, this is where I'm gonna mix in our surprise ingredients. Now, you don't have to add these in if you don't want to. You could also change it up. I'm gonna add a little bit of chocolate chips. So I'm probably just gonna do about a palm worth, maybe 2. 2 palms worth of little baby chocolate chips. Adds a little flavor in there, does add sugar in there. So that's what I'm going for today. All right, now we're gonna go to our liquids. So I'm gonna reach over here. I have 1.5 cups worth of almond milk. Now this can be any type of milk that you drink. So I drink vanilla almond milk unsweetened. You maybe drink just regular cow's milk. Maybe you drink some other type of soy milk, maybe something like that, okay? So we're gonna just pour that in here. 1.5 cups. All right. Now I've already got 1 egg and I whisked it up in here so that it's all ready to go in. So I'm just gonna pour 1 egg. Scoop out a little bit. All right. Now we're gonna go for the vanilla extract. Now this smells fantastic, but if you were to just put it on your tongue right now, it doesn't taste good when it's just all by itself. Now we're gonna do 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Just throw that in there. I think I'm done with those spoons. All right, and then peanut butter. Now, it asks for creamy peanut butter, but if all you have is chunky peanut butter, I love chunky peanut butter. It just gives it more consistency. So we're gonna go in there, and we're gonna try and get all of it out. Use a little spoon to get in there and get it all out. Now, peanut butter, depending on what kind you have in the cabinet, sometimes peanut butter has a lot of sugar added to it, but you can get different kinds. You can look at the back of your peanut butter jars at the store. Once we're back going to stores, we can look at them and see which ones have less sugar and fun stuff like that. All right, now we're gonna mix this up, get it all nice and mixed together. Okay. Now the peanut butter takes a minute to mix up because it's kind of, it's a thick consistency that makes it your tongue kind of stick to your mouth. All right. Looks a little mushy. You see it? It's still a little liquidy, but when it bakes, it's gonna become nice and firm. Okay, now is the time we're gonna add our smushed bananas. So we're just gonna put our bananas in here, plop, and we're gonna fold them in with the batter. This is gonna taste so good. Oh yeah. Okay, now guys, when we put this over into the casserole dish, we're actually going to do some layers. So I've got my fresh bananas. We're going to have some fresh bananas laying on the bottom of it. Then we're gonna pour half of this batter on top, and then we're gonna put some more fresh bananas, and then we're gonna pour the rest of the batter on top. So we kind of have made labels. I'm gonna run over and get my casserole dish. Okay, guys, now I have my fresh bananas. I'm gonna lay them down. Here, I'll show you guys. I'm just gonna lay them down on the bottom of my pan. Now guys, you did not see this part, but Coach Bo, when she was preparing all this stuff, I washed my hands really good with warm water and soap for 20 seconds. I washed them really good before I touched any of this stuff. All right, so that way I know my hands are clean and then the food's gonna be clean. All right, so right now, let's see. See, it kind of looks like very thick batter. So we're gonna pour half of that on top of here. Okay. So we poured about half. And I'm gonna smooth it out with my spoon. Now, as I'm looking at this right now, I actually think I probably could have gone with a smaller dish. Smaller dish, that way it would have been a little bit thicker. So if you guys wanna go with a little bit more of a square dish, that might make for a nice thicker oatmeal bake. All right, now we're gonna put the fresh bananas, we're gonna make another layer of fresh bananas all spread out. I'm making this today. Now, this will probably be more like a snack for me. If I didn't add the chocolate chips, I'd probably eat it for breakfast. Now, the cool thing with this recipe, I've made it before, and you can put it in the freezer. So once you've baked it, you can cut it up, and then you can put them in like a little Ziploc bag and put them in the freezer. And then on mornings where you're like, I don't want to cook anything for breakfast, I don't want to eat cereal, you just pull this out of the freezer, pop it in the microwave, and you'll be good. All right, guys, I'm pouring the rest of my batter right on top. Right on top. Okay. It smells like cinnamon and butter and bananas. It smells delicious. I'm excited to eat this. All right, now I'm gonna spread it back out on top. Okay. Now, wipe them on my pants. We are done with all the baking. So if you look down, it's nice and layered. We've got bananas, we've got oatmeal, we've got peanut butter. All right, we've got all the delicious flavors. We got little chocolate chips to make it nice. This is ready to go in the oven. So I'm gonna put it in there at 350 degrees for 35 to 40 minutes. Probably when it gets to about 30 minutes, I'm gonna keep an eye on it. Now, if to know it's all done, you can get a toothpick, and just your parents probably know this trick. You're gonna stick the toothpick down in the middle, and if it comes up and it's not all gooey and sticky, if it's all clean, that means it is done cooking, all right? Now, as always, with anything involving the oven, I want you guys to make sure that you have an adult with you to help you with this, okay? So you shouldn't be trying to do this on your own. I want you to make this a fun activity, do it with your family, and I hope if you guys don't have some of this stuff in your cabinets, then hold off, save this video for when it's good to go to the store again, okay? And if you want to try and mix it up, there's some options. Instead of chocolate chips, you could put a little bit of maple syrup on it. When it's baked, maybe you could melt some peanut butter and do an extra little bit of peanut butter drizzled on top. Maybe coconut, like dried coconut, that sounds good. All right, so mix it up, try new things, post, let me know if you have cooked this and if you made any changes, let me know. But I hope you guys have a great day. This is going in the oven, and I'll let you know how tasty it is when I eat it. Bye, guys.